Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be a fun day. I am very excited about what we have today because today I have some products from the brand Trixie Cosmetics. If you're unfamiliar with Trixie Cosmetics, it is the makeup brand owned by world famous drag queen Trixie Mattel. Now, if you've been around here before, you've probably heard me talk about RuPaul's Drag Race before. I am obsessed with RuPaul's Drag Race. And Trixie Mattel is probably one of the most famous and most popular drag queens to come out of RuPaul's Drag Race. She is hilarious, she's beautiful, her makeup is iconic, and I'm just such a fan. So I have the brand new eyeshadow palette here. Here in this box. I haven't even opened it yet, so we're gonna get, the tape has the logo on it. I don't know if you can, you can't really tell. But first, I thought that we could dive into her little Summer of Love, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, Summer of Love blush palette. I've actually had this palette for a little while. Isn't it beautiful? And you get 3 really big pans of fun in this palette. I'm actually gonna dip into a little bit of both of them, I think, today. I'm gonna go boom, boom, boom. And I actually made a video using it not just as a face palette, but I also used it for my eyeshadow. And before I finished editing that video, they released the new eyeshadow palette. So I decided to put editing that video on hold. But if you would be interested to see me using this palette for not just my face, but also as eyeshadow, let me know, because I could still edit and upload that video. What was very interesting to me about this palette was that these blushes weren't super crazy pigmented. They're very buildable and very blendable, like good blush should be. Cute, 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 right? Very cute blush. Love that. And then I think probably my favorite part, like the blushes are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I think my favorite part of this palette is the highlighter that's in here, this one. Now, based on the way that this highlighter feels in the pan, and based on the way that it swatches, I honestly was not expecting to like it that much. When you take a brush and apply it on your face, it actually is really, really beautiful. It doesn't leave any kind of cast or anything on my face, as you can see. So I think it would work for different skin tones. But ooh, it is a very icy, very reflective highlight. And I just think it's really, really pretty. Boom. Okay, so there is the blush highlighter Summer of Love palette. It's a great product. I love it. So I'm excited that I was able to incorporate it. Incorporate it? What was that accent? Let's get on to the palette though. Let's dive into this box, shall we? They had like t-shirts and sweatshirts. I really wanted to get one of the long sleeve t-shirts from this new little collection they released. But by the time I got there, which was only like a couple hours after it launched, they were pretty much sold out of almost everything. So I'm really glad that they weren't sold out of the palette, but I almost missed it. Oh, it's so tiny. So cute. Now, Trixie Mattel has her own YouTube channel actually that she posts on all the time. And I watch her videos a lot, but I actually haven't watched her reveal video for this launch. So I really don't know what to expect with this eyeshadow palette. I've been meaning to watch that video. I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm a terrible fan. But since I couldn't get any of the apparel, I went ahead and snatched up this little Trixie Cosmetics Trixie TV or TCV, I don't know, but this little mug, natural corn product, hand wash only. Balls, I can't put it in the dishwasher, what? Anyways, it's cute. Let's get to the eyeshadow, shall we? This is so tiny, it's so cute though. Da-da-da! Beautiful little blue eyeshadow palette. I'm actually really excited, I love blue. So let's do some swatches. But we'll find out. Wow. Oh my, look how that is. Wow, that is wow. Oh my gosh, look how reflective that is. Oh my gosh, that is really neat. That is shiny, 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 shiny. Oh my goodness. So by the way, that one is called Televangelista. This one is called Daily Double. Oh, okay. That one didn't swatch great. Let me try it again. Okay, this one's not swatching amazing. Swatches don't always tell the whole story. We know. But it's not swatching great. Let's hope that it applies better with a brush than how it swatches. But that one was Daily Double. This one is called Weather Girl. This one looks really cute. So it's actually not as pigmented as I was expecting it to be. But frankly, that happened to me with the blush palette as well. I was expecting it to just like overwhelm me with pigment, but it's not doing that. And I think that that will ultimately be a good thing whenever I start to apply them. Yeah, it's calling it eyeshadows. So they're not like pressed pigments. So they're functioning as eyeshadows would function, you know? We'll see how they go on. I'm a little nervous. The swatches aren't going great and it's making me sad. If nothing else, that Televangelista shade was crazy. Girl, maybe the mattes are not everything I was expecting, but these shimmers absolutely are. Okay, some pigment with that one. Whoa. Wow, so sparkly. Oh wow, that one swatched beautifully though. Okay, all right, let's do it. I've got my sort of pastel tie-dye blue, pink, purple thing, and we're gonna do blue on the eyes. So my goal today is just to become a literal cloud. I'm gonna start with the light blue called Weather Girl. Okay, yeah, it's functioning like an eyeshadow, not super pigmented, so it's gonna let me build it up, I think, and it's blending out really, really nicely, so that's good because it is blue. Wow, okay, that was really easy, and I think it looks really pretty. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. Blue can sometimes be a little bit intimidating. I definitely get a little bit intimidated by it sometimes. But blue like this, where it's just sort of, you can just do that little subtle wash of blue. You could do a shimmer on the lid and call it a day and just have yourself a little subtle blue eyeshadow look. I'm loving it. I'm going to try out this shade Daily Double. I can't lie, I don't have a ton of faith. It did not swatch that great. It just didn't. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not gonna perform well. We'll just have to see. We're gonna figure it out together right now. I don't like the mirror on this palette, so I'm gonna use my Kiko Milano mirror instead. Okay, well, this shade shut me up real quick. It is applying very, very nicely. This shade Daily Double, y'all, I gotta be honest. I have to be honest with you guys. This Daily Double shade is not my favorite. It's just very messy in the pan, and I find myself dipping back in quite a bit. It does blend very well though. Like, I didn't have any issues blending it. I'm just not crazy about the texture, the consistency, and the payoff of it. You know what I mean? So far, everything else besides that shade has been impressing me, so I'm really not too worried about it. But, you know, it's just, I hate that I don't love it, you know? Now I'm gonna go in with an even more precise little brush into this shade, Channel Surfer, and I'm mostly gonna concentrate this one in the crease. It's not really a deep enough shade to make the kind of impact that I'm looking for, but these three shades are layering very, very nicely. Everything has blended so far, so really not too many complaints. So let me know down in the comments who else watches Drag Race. Like, I know some of you guys also watch Drag Race. If you don't, you definitely should get on board with the Drag Race fantasy. It is just like the most entertaining show on TV, I think. It's so funny, it's so happy. I just love it. It's just such a good show. And you know what's crazy? I was talking to a friend about Drag Race the other day. He's a guy. And, you know, I'm from kind of a conservative place, a conservative area. You know, Texas is a red state. And so I was telling him, like, about watching Drag Race or something like that. And he stops me and he's like, that's where men dress up as women, right? And he said it with, like, this sort of disgust in his voice. And it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, I mean, yes, like, if you want to oversimplify it like that and say, you know, describe it that way, but it's a lot more than just like them dressing up as women, you know, like they're full-on entertainers. They have to be actresses and singers and dancers and everything on Drag Race, you know? But anyways, like I said, he really like threw me off and his tone kind of puzzled me. I just sort of like ended the conversation and moved on from there. But when I was thinking about it later, I was like, you know what? I actually kind of forgot that some people are still like weird about gay people. That like, you know, homophobia is still a thing. It's still a very relevant thing in the world. I like literally temporarily forgot about that bias in people just because, you know, just from watching Drag Race, it's one of those things that I'm like, who wouldn't love this? Like, it's just so fun. And of course, I'm a straight person, so I have the luxury of forgetting about homophobia in other people. I'm sure that actual gay people don't forget that. But I think if more people would watch Drag Race, like maybe Drag Race can open up everyone's hearts and minds to the amazing art form of drag. I would really love that because I just think it's just the bee's knees. I really do. I think it's just such a good show. By the way, I have now taken Soap Star and am applying it to the outer bit of my lid. This one, I don't think she wants to be applied with a brush, but I am like insistent. So I'm having to kind of rough her up a little bit. But isn't that pretty? So if you do watch Drag Race, what is your favorite season? Who are some of your favorite queens? Let me know. I love talking Drag Race. I don't have like hardly any friends that watch Drag Race, and that's why I was talking to that guy about it. I was trying to get him to start watching it, but then I was like, oh, you're a bigot. I forgot, my bad. Ooh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Super pretty. Right? Right? Okay. Because this shade has given me such a hard time over here, I'm gonna try and apply it to the other side with my finger. It really just does not want to pick up on my brush, which is not an uncommon struggle for me with shimmers. Okay, but this one doesn't seem to want to apply with my finger either. It's okay. I can do it with the brush. It's just taking me forever. One thing that I really should take a moment to point out is that I am putting a bright blue metallic on my lid. And I have gotten virtually no fallout, like literally none. So that is impressive. I'm getting there, almost done with this shimmer. I'm probably gonna edit a lot of it out, but this has been taking me a good hot minute. That is just really wow. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I'm gonna take Televangelista. Okay, I am getting some fallout with this one. Let's see if it'll dust away. Yeah, okay, that dusted away very easily. Oh my god. Whoa, wow, talk about icy, shiny, icy, shine, icy shine. Wow, that is, you know, okay, they are kind of messy. They are kind of messy, and I'm not living for that. But the finish of these shimmers, let me get up close. I'm gonna look at it. The finish of these shimmers is very unique and it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. I feel like I should stop there, but I really want to try and put some of this static shade on. It's this shimmer in here. I guess I'll try a little bit with my finger. This one is glittery, so the other two are not glittery. The other two are just metallics that are very shiny. Like they're very, very shiny. Super reflective. I'm gonna try and put some of this static shade just kind of inner corner. I don't think you can tell much on camera, some of that static over it without, yeah, you can a little bit, but you can definitely see it in person. I'm impressed. I am impressed. Ooh, oh. Fallout from that shade static though, for sure. Let me do some liner and lashes. I'll be right back. Ah, mayday, mayday. We have a watery eyeball. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Girl, get it together. Ugh. Anywho, ladies, gentlemen, drag queens, we are back. So bam, there we go. There's the final look. I think it looks really beautiful, really fun. The colors are really, really pretty shades of blue. I like the different tones that you get in here, the different shades. I just think it's all really fun and really cute, and I just really like it. I wasn't super duper crazy about it at first. I didn't have any problems with anything blending, like everything blended fine. So whenever I was first putting it on, it was a little tricky for me, not totally what I was expecting. But I think that my answer is just that these shadows are kind of unique. They're not quite like any other shadows that I have. The textures of these two shimmers particularly were just a touch bit different from what I have. So of course there's only like so much uniqueness that you can find in an eyeshadow formula. There's only so much differences you can make with powders in a pan, right? But these are definitely unique from other shadows that I have. And what's most important than anything else is that they blended. I'm going to have to do a look with these two gray shadows and then these more muted metallics. I think that that would be a really fun smoky look. But I definitely wanted to just take it there with the blue today. Since Trixie said first eyeshadow palette, we're doing blue. I think that these shadows would actually be really, really good for beginners, or maybe you're just not that confident in your eyeshadow skills. I think that this is a very user-friendly eyeshadow palette, and that's the best type of shadow to be, I think. Like, pigments can be fun. Like, I really love this Oceanic palette from Ace Beauté. It's gorgeous. It's also very blue. But the thing about this palette is I would definitely describe these more as pigments. So they're definitely not for the faint of heart. They do blend, but because they are so heavily pigmented, there is plenty of room for error, right? These are very goof proof, I find. Like, kudos to Trixie Mattel because, you know, I like to gripe about innovation in makeup, you know? Like, I get kind of annoyed when brands are putting out things that are not necessarily exciting or unique or different. And I think between the packaging, the formula, the color story, like, this is all different from what I have seen in the makeup world. So there we go. Let me know, do you guys love Trixie Mattel as much as I do? Do you love Drag Race as much as I do? Who are some of your favorite drag queens? If you don't watch Drag Race, then that is your homework for this week. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that I will see you in that next video, and I expect a full report on your Drag Race experience next time. So I will see you then. Okay? Okay. Bye.